Is it too late, or can you still buy a profitable rental property in 2024? I'm going to break down exactly how you can pick a market, how you can analyze a deal and get started and still start investing in 2024. My name is Josh Baldovina and I'm a marketer and I'm a real estate investor, and we own 8 long-term rentals, manage 4 short-term rentals, also have a general partnership stake in an apartment complex in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to show you how we are still looking for rentals in 2024, and I'm going to start from scratch. And to be honest, everything is Googleable. Is that a real word? You let me know. Anyways, let's jump into this. So first off, there are tons of resources to find out which market you should invest in. And so best cash flowing, I'm just gonna go into Google and just say best, if I can spell, cash flowing markets for rental properties in 2024. So there are a few different resources. Bigger Pockets is a very strong resource. Ooh, they even made one here for less than $200,000. Sweet. But I would go ahead and I would go in and I would look at 5 of these websites and then see which ones have commonalities. So let's just take a look. If I'm going into Bigger Pockets, it's going to give me some information. We'll get there first. But in terms of here, I have Dayton, Cleveland, Detroit, Rochester, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Birmingham, Memphis, and Little Rock. Let's see what they've also done here. And for less than Syracuse, Lansing, Scranton, Toledo, Springfield. How about some of these other ones here? Again, I'm looking for commonalities. So Dayton was on for both, and Buffalo and balanced. We actually have 8 in Columbus, Ohio. So you can look through as many as you want. Don't look too many past page 1. But if you find a couple cities that are common between a lot of these different resources, that's probably a good place to start. So just say, for example, Dayton was on this list and Dayton was also on this list here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on to my good old friend Zillow, and let's look for Dayton, Ohio. And now here's what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for houses. Again, not knowing much about the area, but I'm trying to see if this is even possible first, right? Before I start making a bunch of different phone calls, is I want to see, well, could I afford something for $60,000, and will that even make sense? And is that even a shape to make sense? Well, look at this one. This one, even just from the outside, looks really nice. Southeast Dayton, which I've actually heard was an okay area. But again, we'll get into how to figure out if it's a good area or not. I'm gonna look this up. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square feet. And if I look at this here, it's a very cute house. It does have a fence on everywhere, and I have no interior shot. So from the exterior, it looks pretty clean. Let's just see if this would even make money before you spend too much time on. So the next thing I would do is go to Zillow Rent Estimator, and I can pull this up and I can pull the exact email address here, or the exact address, and it's going to make you put an email address. I'm going to put in the address. And so now it's going to say that the medium rent is $1,063. So I can buy this house for $1,000 or $110,000, and it would rent for $1,063. This might cash flow. One metric that you want to look at is the rent to price ratio, meaning if I bought a house, let's just say for $100,000 to make numbers easy, if it rents for $1,000 a month, there's a good chance it'll cash flow. Let's see where this is right now, because this one is roughly, if I did 110,000, or divide the rents, which would be 1063 divided by 110,123. We are at almost at a 1% of that ratio. So we are right there. So let's see how true this is. So now you will need to find some type of rental calculator. There are a lot online. Shameless plug, I did actually make a long-term rental calculator, and I made one for long-term rentals, calculating after repair values after a rehab project, a flip calculator, a BRRRR calculator if you can use hard money and you're going to refinance it out, a short-term rental purchase calculator, as well as a rental arbitrage calculator. Today, I'm going to use this. If you want a copy of this, I will leave that linked down below. And if you want to support what I'm doing on this channel, this is one way to say thanks. So I appreciate that. Now let's jump back into seeing if this will make money. So my purchase price was $109.90, I believe. And my down payment, let's just say it's going to be 20% if I use a conventional loan. From here, my estimated closing costs are roughly going to be about, I'm going to say 3%. And then my rehab, let's just say I need $5,000 in general repairs to get this rent ready. And if you have any holding costs or legal costs, you can put that here as well. Again, as you get more into this process, you can hone these numbers first. First, you just want to see, hey, is this even possible? Is this real? Now, your interest rate, again, will vary. Call a lender, call multiple lenders. I'm going to put 7% for now. Again, I'm doing this in November 15th, which if you have a decent credit score, you should hopefully be able to get somewhere around 7% right now. Your home insurance, again, you might have to call for a couple of quotes, but I would expect to probably pay $80 a month on this. And then your property tax rate is going to be 1%. And again, you can check that with the county records. In this case, I have a couple of properties in Ohio, so I know what property taxes are. So I'm going to go ahead and just put 1% there, or actually this is a little bit higher. Let's just put 1.5. 5. Did we get there? No. 2. I'm just going off what Zillow gave me. Okay. That property tax actually might just kill it. So let's see here. This is saying that your monthly mortgage cost is $600, but we'll see here. That's right now, it's already this. And if I have my optimistic realistic here, it says the medium range is 110 to 1169. So I'm going to put that in there. So let's just say my optimistic is 1169, which I don't think is actually going to happen. Let's just go 1063 and then 1010. And we have one unit across the board. So this one just gives me a high, medium, and a low. And now I can see what my cash on cash return could be. So if I'm looking at it, I also have 5% stacked inside here. When you're analyzing a rental property, you can't just look at what your estimated monthly cost is, being $600, and then saying, well, the rent says $1,063, I should be making $400 a month. No, you have to account for a few other things. You have to account for vacancy, maintenance, and capital expenditures, which is basically your big ticket items like your roof, your HVAC, things like that. And you should be putting money aside every single month to save for those. So that's what I built in here. So roughly I'm going to save about $160 per month for these expenses. So let's see if we will actually make money on this. Once I plug all this in, I have my monthly mortgage, which is going to be $848. And then I have your management fees. Now this could vary by your property management company, but I have one management company that also manages in Dayton, Ohio. And I know that they would roughly charge about $75 per month to manage the property. If I'm also accounting for my vacancy, maintenance, and CapEx of $160, that means that it looks like I could, on a realistic, I would be losing $20 per month for a negative cash on cash return. So that is a no-go. So now we would go back to the drawing board and see if I can find another unit that would do better. Let's see if I can find a multifamily unit instead. So I want to go here. Instead, I'm going to go home prices and let's go into multifamily and let's see what I can find here. I want to find a multifamily property that is decently clean. And let's see here, same area. And we have interior pictures. This is a 2,000 square foot duplex. So 2-1 on each side. Let's look at some of these pictures. Looks decently clean. It's been painted over a few times. You can tell how thick that paint is even on the small picture here. Let's go through some of these. I mean, it could definitely be updated, but just on the baseline, let's see what we're looking at. Let me see if this address would change at all. So let's try another address and continue. 4-bed, 2-bath. Oh, I want to change this. Okay, so this is where this is not working for me, because it is not a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So I didn't like Zillow's rent estimator because on this sense, it was pulling a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, but I really want to pull a 4-1, or I want to pull a 2-1. So let's actually do this by zip code and let's see how Bigger Pockets rent estimator works for me. My zip code is here. It's going to be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath duplex. Search it. All right. So now it's giving me again the middle ground, the high, the low. I'm going to put in 720, 929, and 850 as my median on my calculator now. So let's put this here. Let's go, what did I say? 920, 950, 929, which I don't think is actually even plausible because it's a duplex. You're probably going to look more so at the median. And this is now going to be 2 units. And so this duplex is $150,000, 20% down, closing costs, my rehab, let's just say $10,000 now. So I'm going to need $34,000 cash to close this property. 7%. I have my home insurance here. Let's say it's a duplex, so it's a little bit more at 120. I still have my property tax rate here, which is about 250. Is that the same? What? Again, go to the county website to confirm how much they're actually paying. And that's all public knowledge, by the way. But I'm just doing a quick 5-minute underwriting. So we're actually right about there. My monthly mortgage is pulled here. My management fees for a duplex could be slightly, whoa, not that high. $100 saving here. All right. So here's what we're looking at now. If I'm only going to look at the realistic or conservative, I could be potentially cash flowing $328 per month, which is an 11% cash on cash return, which could beat the stock market. Conservatively, you could still be in the green. Now, if you compound that with appreciation, principal pay down, some of the tax benefits, if you like this area, could actually be a really good deal. So this is how you can still find cash flowing properties in 2024. Now, most people will probably have to look outside of a market than what they're living in. I live in the Bay Area and there is definitely not a cash flowing house to be seen for hours. So I have to look outside of my market. Hopefully this helps. This is how I analyze a deal moving into 2024. If you found value from this video and want to grab my calculator, I'll leave that link down below. And if you want to see how I analyze a flip in 2024 down in LA, actually, I will link that video here. Anyways, thanks so much. My name is Josh Baldovina. I'm a marketer and I'm a real estate investor. And I'm just documenting my process, building income through marketing and through real estate. And I hope that you do the same too. Thanks so much, guys. And I will see you all on the next one. Cheers.